Hello. Merry Christmas to everybody. We have a few days still till Christmas, but I thought I would go ahead and wish you Merry Christmas because this is our last class for the fall semester. We will not be meeting again until the middle of January, so I won't see you till next year. And maybe by then you will have received your vaccine for COVID, and I'm hoping I can get mine soon too. Now I'm sucking on a mint, my little peppermint, so that I don't lose my voice during the class. And I wanted to show you something real quick. Get the camera here. I've got my little village that my son put up. Can you see this? I've got my whole thing up for my grandkids who will be visiting in a week or two. And you can see the houses are lit. And so I'm kind of giving you the overview. And then up here on top, I have on, but now I'm going to put it back, swing it back around. And I also have my doggies stockings up, and I've got my doggies ones up, and I've got my kitty ones up. So see if I can get this center just about right. I just wanted you to see that Christmas village. I wasn't able to have it up last year, so I'm really glad that I was able to have it up this year. And I think this is going to be about the best I'm going to be able to get it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. And the first thing we're going to do is look at the themes for the third week of December. Starting with the 14th, the first miniature golf course was open on December 14th in 1929. And about 10 years before that, the South Pole was discovered. Think of that. The South Pole was discovered in 1911. So we really haven't even had the South Pole in our existence for all that long. On the 15th is the Bill of Rights Day, Underdog Day, and then on the 16th, and keep in mind that we're in about the 5th day of Hanukkah now for the Jewish religion, and they celebrate their Festival of Lights, and they have several drive-by ones that you can drive through, and you can watch them lighting the menorah and singing the songs and all of that. Hanukkah begins each night at sundown. So we're right in the middle of Hanukkah right now. Beethoven's birthday is on December 16th. He was born in 1770. And also the Boston Tea Party was in mid-December in 1773. Must have been a cold day. Las Posadas, which is a Hispanic celebration where the shepherds go from house to house trying to find where the baby Jesus is. And they do this in villages all throughout Mexico. The 16th is also National Chocolate Covered Anything Day. The 17th, in 1903, the Wright brothers had their first flight. And here we are in just a few years. And we have had men on the moon. And we're headed to Mars. And we've sent out all kinds of satellites, Voyager, and all different kinds of satellites have gone out as far as Saturn and gone around the rings of Saturn. It's amazing. The 17th is also National Maple Syrup Day. And this is good pancake weather. Don't you feel like having a hearty breakfast when it's a cold day? The 18th is Ugly Sweater Day, and I don't even know how that got started, but In the 80s, we loved to wear gaudy sweaters, and now they're considered ugly, and the uglier the better, and people love to wear them at Christmas parties or on Zoom meetings. Now, the one I'm wearing is not a sweater, but it says, don't get your tinsel in a tangle. And I wear that every year when I'm decorating my Christmas tree to keep myself in a good mood and not get all uptight about decorating the house and doing all of that. The 19th is Oatmeal Muffin Day, and also Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol was published in 1843, and it's sold out. It sold out over 100,000 copies in 5 days. People absolutely love that story. It's continually being printed. It's in many, many languages all over the world. The 20th of December is Games Day, and there's a lot of good football games on right now. And the electric light was first demonstrated on December 20, 1879. What would we do for Christmas if we didn't have all our electric lights and our music and our chimes and all the other, and our Christmas movies? Got to have electricity, right? Now, the 21st, later in the week, will be the first day of winter, the shortest day of the year. And it does seem like it's dark a lot. But then after that, the days will start getting longer again and the sunshine will come back. The 22nd is when the Federal Reserve System was established in 1913. The 23rd, first Christmas lights were sold in 1882. The mercury thermometer was invented in 1714. And the United States Golf Association was established in 1894. For all you golfers, game's been around a long time. And I hope you're able to play a little indoor golf right now, some kind of miniature golf thing. The 24th is Christmas Eve. It has just now been made into a federal holiday. So every federal office will be closed that day, as well as the 25th. It's also National Eggnog Day. And in 1968, the Apollo 8 reached the moon. And then the 25th is Christmas and National Pumpkin Pie Day. So there's a lot of things to look forward to. And then we're going to have about a month, a little over a month off. I'll be preparing new lessons for you. Hope to see you in the spring sometime. We will start out with online classes around January 18th or 19th, somewhere around there. I'll let your activity director know. And then hopefully we'll be moving back to face-to-face classes. And boy, would I love to have a cup of coffee with you guys. Sip some peppermint tea and just be back and singing with you guys and doing a lot of the fun stuff that we used to do. So let's go ahead now and look. A lot of the Christmas customs are based on the birth of Christ, such as giving presents because of the wise men who brought gifts to the baby Jesus. The Christmas carols we sing, so many of the originals were based on Christ's birth and scenes of the birth with figures of shepherds, the wise men, and animals surrounding the baby Jesus. Some of the ways people celebrate Christmas have nothing to do with that Jesus birthday. It wasn't until almost 200 years after the death of Christ that Christians even thought about celebrating his birth. Nobody really knows the exact date of his birth. It's believed that December the 25th was chosen to turn people away from celebrating other pagan holidays at that time of the year. Saturnalia. Saturnalia was the Roman holiday that they celebrated in December was a time of feasting and parties. Also in Northern Europe, there was a holiday known as Yule, and they would burn a big log, the Yule log. They celebrated the holiday by making great fires. They would dance around the fires, yelling for winter to end. In time, Christmas took the place of those holidays, but people did keep some of the old customs like burning a Yule log, having feasts and parties, even though we're under restrictions with COVID-19. And the word Yule is still used as a name for the Christmas season. As time went on, new customs crept into Christmas. One was the Christmas tree, which started in Germany. They say Martin Luther, the Reformed evangelist, back in the 1500s, was walking in the woods and he was praying and he looked up and he saw the stars shining through the branches of the fir trees. And he thought it was such a beautiful sight that he wanted to replicate it. And so they were careful usually, but they burned candles at the tips of the trees and they would decorate them with strings of popcorn and cranberries. And sometimes they left them out for the birds and other animals so they wouldn't starve in the forest. Last but not least is Saint Nicholas. A long time ago, a bishop named Nicholas lived in what is now the country of Turkey. He used to help children in need, and many years after his death, Nicholas was made a saint. And saint is the word Santa in some languages, and Nicholas can be, the nickname is Claus. So Santa Claus was named after Saint Nicholas, and then he became a patron saint of the children. Now, why do we use the colors red and green? You know it's Christmas when everything that you see around you is red and green. They do tell the story of Christmas past. Green may be a throwback to the pagan winter festivals where they used lots of greenery. You can see I have some greenery up there on my mantle. Mine is fake because we don't grow it in Southern California, right? Also, green comes from the pine tree and then holly, and they both retain their color in the wintertime. What about red? Well, that's open for debate. Some people think that red represents the blood of Christ. It might have to do with the holly berries, which are red or white, or the increasing popularity of red in the 1800s England and America. The official colors of the church, the liturgy of Christmas, tend to be white and gold. So that's probably because of the angels, that kind of thing. Red may also represent the robe worn by Santa Claus, St. Nicholas, although historically his robe could have been blue, green, or brown. In 1931, the Coca-Cola Company used its signature red color to dress Santa and market its products at Christmas. Although it was not the first red-robed Santa Claus, because there's a 1653 English woodcut portraying a red Santa, it took that major marketing campaign to convince the world that Santa was indeed a jolly old man in a red suit. So I have some pictures of what he looked like in the Victorian era. And maybe these toys in this colorful picture remind you of toys that you received as a child. The toys used to be handmade so much in the simpler time. Any of you born in the 1920s, 30s, or 40s? The dolls were made out of a hard porcelain, and the mothers would make a lot of their clothes. The toy trains and cars and trucks would be carved out of wood and later metal as it became cheaper. So you can see, and Santa always brought everything in his bag, little stuffed animals and sweets. And there's a rocking horse in the back. which is still very, very popular today. And see the wooden blocks? Oh, yes, a lot of these toys are still bestsellers today. Of course, there's a lot of new things out there too. There's always depends on the cartoons. So I wanted to talk a little bit about gift giving. Back in the day, back in the 1800s, shopkeepers would place ads noting items appropriate as holiday gifts. But people many times didn't give gifts on Christmas. They waited till New Year's Day. Cash tips, little books, and sweets, candy sweets like my peppermint, in small quantities were given to their servants, their apprentices, or children. Gift giving traditions from several European countries worked in a one-way fashion. For example, St. Nicholas filled children's wooden shoes with fruit and candy in both the old and new worlds. Eventually, of course, stockings hung by the chimney with care, in a tribute to Mr. Moore's famous poem, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas," and all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. It talks about the children hanging their stockings over the fire mantle with care in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. Then it goes on. Santa Claus is also an American invention, although it comes from American, Dutch, and English traditions. And he's related to Father Christmas, who is more popular in Eastern Europe. While many countries and ethnic groups have a Christmas time gift bringer, the right jolly old elf, dressed in red and fur and driving a sleigh and reindeer, sprang from the pen and imagination of New Yorker Clement Clarke Moore in a poem in 1823, A Visit from St. Nicholas. And he created the new look for the Christmas gift giver. Then a cartoonist, Thomas Nast, completed the vision with his 1860s drawings that still define how we think of him, with a bowl full of jelly, and that's his belly, and his big, long, white, fluffy beard, and his little pink cheeks, and his little black beady eyes, and his little pipe that makes rings of smoke up into the air. And together, that's the way we think of him now. What about Christmas cards? Well, printers had been cashing in on Christmas since the 1700s, at least in London and other large cities. Schoolboys filled in with their best penmanship pages pre-printed with special holiday borders. Christmas pieces, they were called. But the Christmas card came out in the 1800s and came from England. How about garlands and greenery? Decorations for the midwinter holidays consisted of whatever natural materials looked attractive at the bleakest time of year: evergreens, berries, forest blossoms, and candles and fires. And so we decorate. And then what about the Christmas tree? Here is rather what I call an old-fashioned looking one. This is from an old Modern Maturity magazine that my grandmother gave me from 1974-75. And you can see that's the AARP, AARP magazine now. And here they put the toys on the tree, and they have candles. And then a lot of us would use tinsel, the silvery looking icicles, and drape that on the tree as well. Of course, today we have laser lights, fiber optics, flashing things, many different colored lights, and a whole different way of looking at it. Well, so I have a poem here about a Christmas doll. This is written by one of my senior students. When I was a child on my fifth Christmas Eve, I was given a doll and a beautiful dress, and she even wore shoes. What a joy to receive such a gift, though she never brought much happiness. She had pretty blonde curls on the top of her head, eyes that opened and closed, and a ring on her hand. But I never could cuddle that doll in my bed, and I longed for the comfort of my Raggedy Ann. Raggedy Ann wore a dress that was torn, and her face was all smeared like she'd been in a crash. Though her little limp body was soiled and worn, still she didn't deserve to be thrown in the trash. Now some of my best friends are shabby or crude. When we all get together and laugh, it's a treat. I have always liked people who lift up my mood, and I never cared much for the social elite. The poem written by Mary Raymond many years ago. So then we get through the day of Christmas, and I love this one by Norman Rockwell. There's Santa. He's soaking his feet, and he's got some tea. He's probably got some antacid after all the sugary sweet cookies he's eaten. But he's soaking his feet, got his boots off finally, and he is just ready to take a nice rest. And this one came from 1966 publication. So I wanted to read you another poem. This is a little bit more serious. Back to the birth of Jesus. There's so much art, especially the Catholic Church believed in so much art, more than the Reformed churches did of the 1500s. Here is Madonna and Child with Angels by Hans Memling. And you can see this comes from about the 1500s. Very realistic, very realistic. Here's Rest on the Flight into Egypt by Gerard David. And there's actually symbolism in the picture. And they would make it look not like the lands in the Middle East or in Israel or Bethlehem, but more like what they were used to in Europe. Such beautiful artwork. And then this one is Adoration of the Kings by Roger van der Weyden in the Netherlands. An altarpiece by Jan van Eyck. Let's look at the big one first. This is quite a picture, so I want you to be able to see this, and I'm trying to get the light. There's the Adoration of the Magi, and there were more than three in many pictures. And then this other one. And you can see there, she looks much more like a lady of the 1500s than a poor peasant girl who married a carpenter. And looks like she's wearing a nun's habit there in that picture. Maybe the nuns modeled their habit on the rendition by some of the painters. I don't know. And in closing, I have a poem here called Camels. Some fascinating mammals are dromedary camels. The fat stored in their humps can last for many months. Their curly long eyelashes keep out the sand and ashes. While toting heavy packs or people on their backs, they trudge on padded feet and never mind the heat. Beware, you could be kickable. Their moods are unpredictable. Now, I wanted to play a game with you, and let's see if I have everything's kind of topsy-turvy at my desk here because we're rearranging the furniture and everything for family coming over. Okay, I know that you've heard many of these songs, the old traditional songs. See if you can fill in the blank and guess the missing word. Silent blank. Yep, Silent Night. Oh, little town of, what town is it? Oh, little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Ring Christmas bells, merrily ring, tell all the world. Do you know that one? It's a wonderful one if you've ever been in a choir or a chorus. Ring Christmas bells, merrily ring, tell all the world Jesus is King. Now here's another one you probably know. Jingle, jingle, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open. Well, I gave you two in that one. Do you know what they were? Yeah, I think I heard somebody say it. Yeah, wish I could hear it for sure. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. How about I'm dreaming of a just like the ones I had before. What is that one? Yeah, you're close. I'm dreaming of a white Christmas, just like the ones I had before. Okay, well, I know that if I was with you, we could think of many, many more of our favorite ones. Can you tell me a Christmas word that rhymes with bar? The wise men followed a yeah, they followed a star. Star rhymes with bar. How about we love to decorate a word that rhymes with me? We love to decorate the Christmas. A word that rhymes with me would be tree. We love to decorate the Christmas tree. I'll give you one more on the tape, and your activity director can go into the Canvas program, and I'll try to have some more up that you can play in a guessing game. Christmas words that rhyme with, let's see, Christmas, instead of the word snapping, when I have a present to prepare, I use my Christmas, rhymes with snapping. You got it. Wrapping. I use my Christmas wrapping. Yeah. And I will try to have some more up online for you. So I want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, and definitely a happy New Year. I love all of you. I miss you. Do not get your tinsel in a tangle. Stay pleasant, stay kind, and watch that sugar. And I hope to see you again in the new year. Bye, everybody. Goodbye. See you next year.